where cryptos stay in the know. We always say regulation is coming, but never really thought of regulation for crypto ATMs and the fact that they may be considered an exchange. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority issued a statement indicating that crypto ATMs offering crypto asset exchange services in the UK must be registered. Based on the authority's records, none of these crypto ATMs is registered, and on that basis will be instructing the operators to shut down the machines or face further action. At least one crypto ATM operator, Gidiplus Limited, has found itself shut down. Gidiplus went through the process of having its operations registered as a crypto asset exchange provider pursuant to the money laundering regulations. The application, however, was not approved on the basis that it was not in the public's interest to grant the registration, since Gidiplus did not meet several of the conditions. These conditions include the requirement that Gidiplus, any of its officers, managers, or beneficial owners must be fit and proper to carry on the business. One of the factors considered in making that decision is whether Gidiplus, any of its operators, officers, managers, or beneficial owners has the adequate skills and experience and has acted and may be expected to act with probity. The authority also considered whether any of Gidiplus's officers or managers will fail to comply with any of the relevant obligations. In support of its application, Gidiplus provided its anti-money laundering counter-terrorist financing policy and governance arrangements and internal control mechanisms. The Financial Conduct Authority was not satisfied as to the adequacy of Gidiplus's anti-money laundering systems and controls and had particular concerns in respect of business-wide and customer risk assessments, customer due diligence, and enhanced due diligence and transaction monitoring. The authority also considered that the director had not demonstrated that he has adequate knowledge, skills, and experience in respect of the obligations under the money laundering regulations. The director's response during an interview also raised concerns as to the director's probity, that is, his honesty and decency. Overall, the authority was not satisfied that Gidiplus was a fit and proper person and or that he could comply with the relevant obligations. A major factor that contributed to Gidiplus not being considered honest was the director's admission that 3 banks were intentionally misled as to the true nature of the business due to a fear that the banks would not have opened their accounts. There was also a mischaracterization of certain payments. The Financial Conduct Authority found the anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing policy to be superficial, since it did not analyze how the generic risks stated in the document applied to Gidiplus. Also, the policy did not address the need to assess and obtain information on the purpose and intended nature of the business relationship or occasional transaction being done via the ATMs. Gidiplus also fell down in the area of transaction monitoring and how it would identify suspicious activity. The director was also unaware of smurfing, a method of money laundering whereby persons break down large sums of cash into multiple smaller transactions in order to avoid regulatory reporting requirements. No doubt, this is an activity which the ATMs could be used for, although the director denied that. The Financial Conduct Authority also found that the director did not have a meaningful understanding of the money laundering and terrorist financing risks that Gidiplus faced and how it could mitigate those risks. The level of due diligence undertaken by Gidiplus was also considered an area of breach of the regulations. For example, customers who could convert up to £250 per day and £1,000 per month required no identity checks, other than mobile telephone numbers being provided and the taking of a selfie by the crypto ATM. In response to these issues identified by the Financial Conduct Authority, Gidiplus formulated a remediation plan showing its understanding of the issues and proposed actions to remedy each area of concern, including hiring third-party compliance consultants and money laundering reporting experts. The Financial Conduct Authority's decision took immediate effect, and that led Gidiplus to seek a stay of execution of the order until the completion of the appeal against the decision. To be granted a stay of execution, Gidiplus needed to convince the court of a few things, with specific focus on being able to remain in operation in a broadly compliant manner and not prejudice consumers by posing a significant risk to them. The court, of course, would not be concerned about Gidiplus losing its livelihood. In considering all the evidence, the court was not presented with evidence that the remediation plan was implemented or that the director had improved his knowledge and skills, or that the third-party experts had in fact been appointed. In all the circumstances, the court was not satisfied that Gidiplus could carry on the business pending determination of the appeal without prejudice to the public. Until next time, be wise and stay safe.